Leonard won in the shootout.
Wow. You have to get up, do what they do. But that was insane. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Come on. I make go records, baby. I'm liking this.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Hawks Recap. My name is Clay. Thank you for tuning in. Blackhawks just completed their 40th game of the season with a rare 4 o'clock start time, well technically 5 o'clock in Columbus where the game was played, and the Hawks in super duper extra time, aka the shootout. They win. They complete the comeback from a 2-goal deficit to win 3-2. Oof, what a good feeling, because not only did the Hawks get the win, but the Hawks get the win because Robin Lehner gets his first shootout victory of the season. And I'm not really one for conspiracy theories, but we're talking about 40th game of the season. Robin Lehner, number 40. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Now, the Hawks came into this game riding high after a big win against the New York Islanders. Robin Lehner getting the start again in this one. Meanwhile, you have the Columbus Blue Jackets, who hadn't lost in regulation in their last 9 games, so they're hot. Going to be a tough test for the Hawks, and it showed early on in this one. If you were looking for a high-flying action, offensive type of hockey game, first period in this one was not for you. Blue Jackets playing their style of a game, shutdown type of game, hard-working, really making it tough for the Blackhawks to really get anything going. Kind of forced Colleton to go to the line juggling quite early in this one, and it really wasn't helping all that much, at least in the first period. But the first period benefited the Blue Jackets quite well. They would score first 7 minutes in. Riley Nash with the puck takes it right into the offensive zone, basically right up the middle, but it's not an odd man rush. It's basically 3-on-3, and he decides to shoot the puck from about 40 feet out. It deflects off Cuckoo's skate and kind of redirects, and that kind of just froze Lehner, and the puck gets by him, so the Blue Jackets go up 1-0. Now, Eddie Olczyk was talking about how Cuckoo's gap on Riley Nash was too large, and he needed to see Cuckoo be a little tighter there, and he's not wrong. He's right. But honestly, looking at that, like, I've seen a lot worse from the Hawks this season. Yes, Cuckoo probably should have played a little tighter there, but of all the times that the Hawks have made it really easy for teams to get into the offensive zone, that one was kind of splitting hairs. But yes, I agree. The Hawks do need to do a better job making it tougher on opponents getting into the offensive zone because they give up way too much space. This one was one of those times, but it wasn't really as egregious as Eddie Olczyk kind of made it seem. The rest of the period would be quite the struggle for really both teams offensively. There was actually 3 power plays in that first period. Blue Jackets had 1, Blackhawks had 2. Out of all 3 of those power plays, there was 1 total shot on goal. So yeah, it was sluggish, but despite the sluggishness on offense for both teams, the Blue Jackets would find a way to extend their lead late in the first period with about 1:20 left to go in the period. Gustafsson turns the puck over in his own zone, basically right in front of the goal. He tried to get a nice quick breakout pass to Jonathan Toews, but the puck just, it was rolling and just basically went right over Toews' stick. Columbus Blue Jackets get the puck. There's a scramble. Lehner's kind of lost his net. Puck gets to Pierre-Luc Dubois, and he puts it into the empty net. Blue Jackets go up 2-0 going into the second period. Second period would open up a bit more offense for both teams. I think the long change certainly helped with that aspect to kind of neutralize the Columbus Blue Jackets shutdown game a little bit. But Hawks still kind of struggled to get shots on goal, kind of passed up a lot of shots. It would be nice to see them, really kind of get the puck to the net a bit more, especially with net front presence, and maybe, find a way to get some type of garbage goal in or around the crease. Something you don't really see the Hawks do a whole lot of. It would be nice for them to just focus on doing that a little bit better. Columbus had their chances in the second period, but Robin Lehner was absolutely fantastic. There would be no goals in that middle frame, so the Blue Jackets take their 2-0 lead into the third period. The third period would close up a bit compared to the openness that was the second period, and unlike the first period where the Blue Jackets played their shutdown game, which involved forechecking and making it really tough for the Hawks to even come out of their offensive zone. Blue Jackets played more of a shell or preventative defense or shutdown game in the third. So the Hawks had a little bit easier time getting out of their own zone, which allowed them to create some more offensive opportunities, and the Dockstrom DeBrincat line would cash in on one of those opportunities 7 minutes in. DeBrincat with the puck along the sideboards gets it back to Connor Murphy at the point, who puts a shot on net, which is a bit of a rarity in this game. The first 40 minutes of this one, Blue Jackets did a really good job blocking shots from the Hawks. Hawks had a tough time getting shots through to Korpisalo, but this one gets through, and Dylan Strome right in front of the net redirects the shot past Korpisalo and in, and this game is now 2-1. The Blackhawks would get a power play with about 6 minutes left to go in the game, and that would have been a perfect time to score a goal and tie this game up, but instead they continue their trend of absolutely blowing power play chances with just another anemic looking power play. Unfortunately, it looked like the Hawks would just fall short in this one, but they get another break with about 4 minutes left to go. They get another power play, and Gustafsson, who turned the puck over earlier in this game, which led to the second goal for Columbus, would score the second goal for the Hawks. In this one, a one-timer from the point gets by Korpisalo, and in, the Hawks complete the comeback from 2 goals down and get this game into overtime. Now, the 3-on-3/4-on-3/4-on-4 overtime session was pretty interesting. It was a very entertaining session of bonus hockey here. Both teams getting chances early on with rushes, but both goaltenders making saves. Then the Hawks get a power play, but naturally they would blow it. And then Blue Jackets would get a power play really late in the period, and it would look like they would score a goal right at the end, but the puck didn't quite cross the goal line before clock hit all zeros. And for those who wish they had 10-minute overtime sessions of 3-on-3 instead of shootouts, this would have been over and the Blue Jackets have won, but that's not the case. So we go to the shootout. Now, we all know Robin Lehner has struggled in the shootout, so things aren't really looking too great for the Hawks in being able to pull out the extra point in this one. And some people, much like Robin Lehner, may not like the shootouts, may prefer having more of the 3-on-3 overtime. Me, personally, I enjoy shootouts, and quite frankly, looking at this one, I mean, come on. We wouldn't have had the feel-good moment if we didn't have the shootout. We also wouldn't have been able to see Jonathan Toews make this silky forehand, backhand, 5-hole move. I mean, come on. That was just nonchalant, silky, smooth hands there. Then we wouldn't be able to see Patrick Kane's little dangle, backhand, top shelf. Are you kidding me? Only in a shootout can we see these things. Can we experience this greatness of hockey? It is what it is, people. Overtime in general in the regular season is just a crapshoot. Whether it's 3-on-3 or shootout, you win some, you lose some. You just gotta accept it. Or you can be like John Tortorella and just complain about everything. If you missed it, John Tortorella, the head coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets, went off in his post-game press conference saying the refs failed to add time to the clock for their overtime power play, and because they failed to do that, the goal at the end didn't count because the clock ran out. It would have counted if that added time was put on. And because of that, the game went into a shootout, which then allowed for their goaltender to get injured on Jonathan Toews' shootout attempt. Torts, look, regardless if you're right or wrong about this particular time matter, you know what else would have prevented you from losing in a shootout? Not blowing a 2-goal third period lead. Maybe you should think about that. For me, it's just really difficult to take John Tortorella serious anymore. After all these years, after all of the press conferences and everything he's complained about, I can't. He's like the boy who cried wolf. And it doesn't even matter if he's right that they should have put time on this clock, because in the end, it's literally just another excuse for why this team lost the game. It's just another excuse. If you want to lead the team to the playoffs again, if you want to have them advance in the playoffs again, if you want to have them win a Stanley Cup, you got to find something better than excuses like this. It's that simple. But enough about Torts, enough about the Blue Jackets. How about them Hawks? How about Robin Lehner? How about that comeback victory? That's 2 straight wins. That's 5 wins out of their last 7 games. A nice little run the Hawks are in. It'd be nice to continue that run on Tuesday in Calgary. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Hawks Recap. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that as always. But most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time.